Hello everyone, I'm the Nerdy Fool and welcome back to Expeditions Viking. We have just finished our goal of getting the king that was here in Inglewood, Ethelred, to theoretically be the new king. He defeated Osric with our help, and Osric was exiled. So he's asked us to meet him back down here. And I guess from that point, in theory, we've got the ally we theoretically need, so that we should be able to have the power to push back school for the purpose of the all thing, which we need by September. So given that it's currently May, I assume there's going to be more going on. We received an injury, so we need to rest soon, and it looks like we're going to get fatigued pretty soon, so we'll probably stop at one of these nearby sites. Don't want to travel too far. You'll be fine. We'll go there. And camp. Because I'm injured, I guess the only thing I can do is guard. And guarding... I can heal others also. Wonderful. Guarding doesn't really help because I'm not trained in it. But, you know, might as well. What was your healing? You have heal 4. How many times do you need to heal me? At least twice. Okay. 2 times of healing is enough to get me fully healed. If we have you do it, then we won't have preserving, but we don't actually have any meat, oddly enough. So I guess that's fine. We've got a shield that we equipped onto Njal that needs to be fixed up. You don't need to... No, it's repair. You don't have repair, you have tinker. Who had repair? I can never remember. You don't... Really? It's the only ones with repair. Adis, I think, has it. And Aceleaf? Yeah. Okay, then. We'll have Adis do the repair, because she's the best at it. And we'll have Roskva do some healing, because we're going to run out of herbs to convert soon enough anyway. Although if we pulled you off... No, even with us guarding, we do so little with our guarding that we still need other people. Alright, fine. I guess we don't need preserving, so you might as well hunt. And then you were the scout? No. I was sure I gave one of you scouting as well. I gave you scouting, but you're also doing witchcraft. So I can have you hunt as well. Or tinker. There is a thought that I probably should do some crafting at some point, because I have absurd everything. And if we go to our crafting, I know I'm a bit off tangent, but most of these crafting skills have a max of 4. Crafting technically goes up to 5. So for the best gear, we theoretically should wait until we get access to level 5 skills. So we can then have our crafter get to level 5 crafting, which should be soonish. Because to get to level 5, we need to have spent 250, and we've currently spent 240. So yeah, not too much farther till we can get to level 5 skills, and then we can make the best gear possible. So probably we should just wait. Just thinking and planning. I guess I might as well have you do some hunting as well. And yeah, I'm assigned to tasks that do no good because I am injured, and so I don't have a lot of options. So we'll just make camp. Howling wind whips up your hair and stings your flesh and your eyes with sharp snowflakes. You feel lightheaded, and it's difficult to breathe. We're getting snow in May. I guess I don't know the weather of the current area, but seems late. An endless range of jagged mountain peaks stretch towards the horizon. The wind carries the cawing of ravens and howls of wolves. You become aware that someone is watching you. Oh, are we going back to Helheim? Yeah, I think we're back in Helheim. Speak to Grimnir. Giri, Freki, and Grimnir. Okay, what's the latest? So we have another vision. Enjoy the view. You can see everywhere from here. You can see right to the end. Where am I? You're at the top of the world, and you must ask better questions. How will this end? For me, it will end with eternal winter. Snow scarlet from the blood. Snow scarlet from the blood of gods. For you, you'd have to ask Norns, but they're not talkative. It's not all predetermined, of course. The major lines have been laid out for you, not so much branches on a tree as strings unraveling at the end of a frayed rope. And I have no say in the matter? The old man lets his gaze wander upwards into the night sky, where thick rivulets of snow swirl from great dark clouds. A difficult question under the best of circumstances. Much about a person's course is determined from the beginning. The path you walk now would never have been open to you were you not the son of a Thane. Had you been born elsewhere, or in a different time, you might have been a philosopher or a slave. You might have spent your entire life staring into glowing glass. Regardless, the life you were born to, the culture shapes you. Your culture shapes you. Had you been a chieftain in a Christian country, you would not be a warrior. You are also shaped by your upbringing. Had your parents not instilled with you the proud defiance, you would not have crossed the sea to defend your freedom. Yet, despite the compulsions that rule and restrict you, humanity has an inherent certainty in its own self-determination. Even if you decide that your actions are not always your own, you cannot live accordingly. If you feel with every fiber of your being that your decisions are your own responsibility, what difference does the naked truth make? And will you guide me? No, such guidance would bring you only the illusion of safety. Grimnir begins to turn away, but then a thought appears to strike him. Many have asked you of your intentions. Raider or traitor? Are you beginning to see the lie behind that choice? I mean, somewhat. Like, I want to be peaceful. To go in and make allies peacefully. I was hoping to be a traitor rather than a raider. But as it stands, we've joined battles, fought, killed, taken sides, and so it's like, to one perspective, we are raiders. We came here and helped with defeating a king. So it's like, I see a bit of a lie. We're not trying to raid the common folk, I suppose, but we are still here doing violent things. What if peace were never an option? A story requires drama, and drama requires conflict. What if your real choice is which tragedy to perpetrate? Suits me well, peace was never my goal, then so be it. Things rarely turn out the way you want. I'll do anything to avoid unnecessary bloodshed. I don't think I'd say I'd do anything to avoid bloodshed. But also, peace was never my goal is wrong, so then so be it. Things rarely turn out the way you want. Grimnir crosses his arms across his chest. In that realization, you just may have found the key to contentment. Fate has set you on a grim course. You can ride it out, or you can jump off the wagon, or you can double down. It wouldn't be much of a choice if all options led to success. So that wasn't Helheim, we were just on top of a tall mountain. Speaking to our mysterious old man. But we've been healed up. gained a bit of meat, made a bunch of rations. No, lost a bunch of rations. We only got 3 meat. I suppose they did say this area had poor hunting. Yikes. So we're going to be out of meat again, basically, for the next time we camp. Can we make it all the way here today? I mean, night will fall, but it doesn't look like we will be tired. We'll likely be hungry, though. No, actually. Well, let's, as always, grab our usual group. We could take Morcant again. I don't think we're here to speak to the priest, though. And the king knows that we're Vikings, so we don't need the cleric with us. That's my rationalization. Wonder how the general people in the town are going to feel now that we've helped remove the king that they previously had. Are they going to be angry people, or is it just business as usual? Life goes on. Come on, load the town.
We could have sailed south, you know. Warm seas, sun-kissed rooftops, exotic women. Yet, here we are, up to our knees in mud.
Not wrong. We've talked to you before, I'm sure. You're back, Norseman. Yeah, okay. So we're just trying to get to town. And yeah, I don't think there's anything new for us to grab. These are probably all the same things we've looked at before. So let's just move quickly to here. I wonder if that Captain of the Guard character is here, since he did swear allegiance to the new king. Looked like the guard had something to say, but I didn't read it fast enough. That's fine. Alright, and you are sitting on the throne. Well done, you. Yeah, everything here is stealing. Wada's here. I'm wondering... Leofric was his name, I think. But no, I don't see him around. I was thinking he would be here, but I guess not. Alright, well, let's talk to the king. Seated on the throne with Osred's crown on his head, Aethelred finally looks like the king he's supposed to be. He dismisses his advisor with a wave of his hand and stands up to greet you in his hall. King or no, his manners are as brusque as ever. There you are. You never got a proper welcome to Eoforwick, isn't that right? Let me get that out of the way first then. Welcome to Eoforwick, Alfbjorn of the Danes. God be with you. It seems we missed the Battle of Eoforwick. I'm assuming it wasn't that bad of a battle, since probably the king had taken most of his armies with him. There probably wasn't much left here. I'm owed some sort of reward for my service during the Battle of Inglewood. He seems honorable. I think either he'll give us a reward, or he'll just talk about how he's going to honor our agreement to aid us. It seems we missed the Battle of Eoforwick. There was no battle. Osred the Fool had left the city entirely undefended to attack us in Inglewood. His forces scattered afterwards, and we simply marched in and took down his banners. Speaking of which, I will not let you go unrewarded for your aid in defending our camp. Wada? Wada whispers something in the ear of a servant, who promptly leaves the hall. One moment, your highness. Very good. Congratulations on your return to power. I take it this seals our agreement. Now that you're back on the throne, I assume I have your support at home. Look at the congratulations. I take it this seals our agreement. Aethelred sighs heavily and delivers himself back into the embrace of his throne. No. You better have more to say, man. We went through a lot for you. Behind you, some of your herdsmen start angrily. But the king holds up a hand. I consider you my allies. I will gladly support you politically. But I cannot send my warriors to aid you. Political support can be powerful, but it will not be enough. Very true. Without warriors to support us, our alliance will seem hollow, toothless. Also true. I'll be nicer about it. Political support can be powerful, but it will not be enough. I thought that might be the case, but it's all I can offer you at this time. The servant returns with a small chest. He places it in front of you and opens it with a flourish. It's filled with treasure. Well, and treasure, of course. 3,000 valuables. 10 skill points. Very good. And our reputation increased. Let the contents of this chest serve as my thanks for your service during the Battle of Inglewood. I put you on the throne. We had an agreement. What will it take to earn your military support? Or you're going to war with Pictavia, aren't you? See, I think that's the actual problem. We knew that there were tensions with Pictavia, and we suspected war on the horizon, or I thought there was ongoing war, but maybe it was just war on the horizon. I'm guessing now that he's on the throne, that war is happening, and he can't support us while he's got his own war here. Which he should have been honest about earlier. But then he was trying to ensure our support, so he somewhat between lied and bent the truth. I put you on the throne. We had an agreement. I'm just going to be honest. I agreed to be your ally, and I consider us allies now. I will go to every possible length to serve this alliance, but sending warriors is not possible while Pictland remains a threat. Constantin is still struggling to unite the clans and forge an alliance with Dalriata, but already Pictland poses a looming threat. None of that means anything to me. Once the war is over and Pictland is ours, then we can talk about sending our warriors to support you in Jutland. That could be months. Such a war may well last until winter. It may. I'm getting tired of working as your mercenary. I'm not going to make war on Pictavia for you. I mean, that's a fairly good answer. Fine, I'll help you subjugate the Picts, but you must swear to send military support for the all thing. I mean, we don't know anything about Pictavia. And so I don't really want to just agree to go subjugate them just because you tell me again it'll help get the support that you already promised me once and then are renegotiating on. I'm getting tired of working as your mercenary. I'm not going to make war on Pictavia for you. That's your right, of course. You're not a subject of mine. You've already done much for me, and you owe me nothing more. But the offer stands. Should you reconsider, help me take Pictavia, and I will pledge 10 ships of my warriors to your service. Well, at least he's finally giving us a real statement. Assuming he doesn't renegotiate, I don't know how much 10 ships of warriors is for the purpose of our all thing. But, sounds nice. One more thing before you go. I'll be quick. Fort of the Thicket. There are certain things you could do to make His Majesty's return to the throne a little smoother. Speak to the Earlman, Sitka, in the courtyard just down the street. He will explain. New quest bounties. Oh, and the Ofric is here. I don't know how I didn't see you earlier when I was scanning all the names, but sure. The Ofric bows before you. Despite everything, he still smiles. Your Grace. So you serve Aethelred now. He picks his words carefully. I am the champion of Eoforwic. The title was hard-earned, and I wear it proudly. My duty is towards the realm and the city. I would have died to protect Osred if he had asked me to, but he commanded me to surrender alongside himself. A reasonable man for Osred not to just go down fighting, but to say, okay, me and my, elite are going to surrender so that we survive. Now Aethelred is king of Northumbria, and I am to serve him with the same sense of duty and loyalty that I previously showed Osred. What happened to Osred? He left immediately. He traveled west with a few of his most trusted men to the Isle of Man. Do you think Osred will return? He considers the possibility for a while. On some level, I hope he will. He was a good ruler in my view. Not strong, but wise, and attentive to the needs of his people. Are you saying that you don't think Aethelred will be? However, for his own sake, I hope he finds peace in his exile. I fear he will not survive an attempt to retake the throne. I'm told you have a plan to attack Pictavia. I'm ready to crush Pictavia. Where do you want me to start? Let's just find out about your plan to attack them. He nods in a businesslike manner. We'll start with the town of Dunfris. A conflict between our kingdoms has long simmered there. Dunfris is just north of the old wall. It's in Pictish territory, but rulership of the town has shifted back and forth between us for many generations. A few years ago, the citizens of Dunfris got bold. They organized under a woman called Ablin and declared independence. Of course, the former King Osred sent a Fyrd to convince them to submit to Northumbrian rule. Unfortunately, Constantine did likewise. Who controlled this town when they declared independence? I'm not sure. It's always been a complicated situation. Are the people there Picts or Angles? The population is mixed. Ablin herself is from a family of mixed heritage. What makes this town so important? Well, if it's right on the border, and it's been contested territory, then whoever can rightfully claim it shows themselves having more power, plus it's another forward foothold. But yeah, what makes it so important? It's quite well situated along the border, making it a useful place to garrison troops, and it controls a lot of farmland in the area, which is ideal for supplying an army. Alright, how can we help? Go meet the Earlman, Wulfsige, in his camp outside Dunfris. He must have heard of you, but we'll send a messenger ahead of you to make sure he knows you represent Aethelred. Wulfsige is an experienced commander. Like myself, he is loyal to the crown, no matter who wears it. He and his Fyrd, I don't know that word, have been there for months. They'll have a plan of attack ready. I'll think about it. I'll see when I get around to it, or we'll go there at once. I'll think about it. We need to learn a lot more about this situation. It's one thing to... like, the situation we dealt with, Osred made it clear he would not deal with us. So, we had just one choice, get the new king on the throne so that we would have someone to make a deal with. We don't know anything about this situation, and so to fight them, we need to learn more. I'll think about it. Very well. There have been no developments in that area for a very long time, so I'm sure there's no urgency. Beogesund. Yeah. Just seeing that chest there. I'm sure it would be stealing. A part of me wants to just steal all the things. You know how it is. So just down the street, and we gained quite a few quests. So we gained bounties and Fort of the Thicket. So bounties is what Wada wants us to do. Hunting down outlaws and enemies of King Aethelred. Seems fine. Fort of the Thicket. A conflict has long simmered between Northumbria and Pictavia. With your assistance, that conflict may soon reach its boiling point. They want us to make it reach its boiling point? I guess that makes some sense. Meet Wulfsige and Northumbrian to find out their battle plan and then resolve the stalemate. We'll check out bounties first. Right, final expedition is finding out more about our father. We know we saw footprints heading south towards a beach, I think, is what we were told. King Aethelred has decreed that you can be trusted. You may not be Northumbrian, but you've made yourself welcome. The bow isn't for show either. You hold it like you know how to use it. Good. That's pretty cool that they're actually looking at the weapon. Either they're looking at the weapon I've equipped or what combat skill is my highest. I'm not unsure. But, yeah. Some contextual dialogue is always appreciated. I've some people who need finding. Might need roughing up too. There's coin in it for you. Tell me more. He spreads out a number of parchment notices on the table. I've got 5 people that need finding. A would-be killer, a runaway girl, a tax collector who stole from the crown and fled his trial, a pagan, and a notorious highwayman. Just based off the descriptions, taking out a killer seems fine. Taking out a tax collector who stole from the crown and fled seems fine. And the notorious highwayman is probably also fine. Killing a pagan just for being a pagan and a runaway girl? I need to know more before I agree to those. What can you tell me about the would-be killer? Swithin, wanted for attempted murder of one of Aethelred's allies and the death of a guardsman. He acted on behalf of Osred. The man has powerful and influential enemies. If you kill him, the reward is 66 pence. But if you take him alive, you get 98. Okay, so if we can take him alive, we get more. Good to know. Swithin was last seen fleeing southwest towards Leicester. He may have found protection, or hired it, with the coin he has left. What can you tell me about this runaway girl? The family of young Aethelin offers 60 pence for her safe return. She was last seen traveling north towards Inglewood in the company of traveling bards. Okay, so these aren't just bounties of contractual killings. But in both cases, that last one, they want us to bring him back alive. And certainly, the parents are wanting her brought back alive. Safe return. Okay, I don't really mind that. So she just ran away to go traveling with bards and the parents want her back. The waif has been taken by fancy and honeyed words, I wager. She believes she found love. We'll look into that. Not guaranteeing anything. And what do you know about this absentee? One of Osred's tax collectors by the name of Waltheof has absconded. His trial is guaranteed to end with a considerable fine for all the taxes he has failed to produce. Likely is that he means to buy passage south to Mercia or beyond. Such might be bartered from the boatsmen of Scarborough. The King's Court offers 55 pence for his return to stand trial. Should Waltheof be killed, the reward will be 30 pence. So yeah, each of these they want us to take him out alive. Definitely doable. What about the pagan? Hereward, known to lead his community in the worship of the old gods in the swamp to the northeast. 52 pence is offered for his death, 72 if you take him alive. The church says that they who abandon the light of God should be forgiven. Doesn't say much about curses and sorcery, though. I'd be careful around that one. No matter what powers he may have, he has likely sought out those who believe it as he, who will fight and protect him as a brother. And lastly, the highwayman. What can you tell me? Dutta, the black hound of the pennies, has been trouble this one. Sent others after him before you. Not all of them came back. What I hear is he's holed up on the Highland Plains to the north, far into Pictland. Hasn't moved away, so he might have dug in. Be careful. Don't much care to take the Black Hound alive at this point, so I'll pay you the full bounty of 116 pence, whatever way it turns out. Okay. So just collect the bounties, pointing me here, but I'm guessing we have separate quests for each. Makes sense. Is there anything else going on here in town? I guess there's not really a good way to know. There's the various shops and merchants we can talk to. I wonder if the church has anything more to say now that the king has been put on the throne. I don't remember where the church was, though. But, you know, it's a place that we knew of. Is it here? It might be. This looks churchish to me. I'm assuming there won't be any new dialogue here. We did his quest, and that's probably it. But I kind of want to check. Yeah, we can't talk to Yembald. Alright. I'm guessing this is all still stealing. Yeah, and this is the place that had things that were marked as not stealing, but if we took them, they yelled at us. Or was that the other? Not seeing anything like that, so maybe that was the other church. So I guess at the moment, all we have is to go up to Pictavia, as well as deal with these 5 bounties. And then we have also, in theory, the quest far to the north that I've kind of ignored. So let's just mark one of these so it's not going to take me back to him for the moment. Because if we got to our boat, which isn't too far away, but it is some distance. But yeah, if we got to our boat... Wow, why is it taking me... Oh, Scarborough, where they said the guy's probably trying to book passage. Cool. Right, if we got back to our boat, we may be able to sail up to Pictavia, to Perth. But I suspect they're going to force me to walk there and they get permission to dock. But then we also have... I guess I can't go far enough. When we were in the sailing view, then we had another option farther north. So we might consider that as well as an option. So we've got one quest here at Scarborough. Let's see where they all are. So where are you at? You're down here at Leicester. Right. The highwayman. You are way up here on the plains. We'll get you when we're actually heading up to Pictland. The pagan is here in the swamp. And the runaway is up in Inglewood. So we got to go around quite a bit. So I guess closest one is Scarborough. I'm guessing there's not going to be any quick... Oh, I've scouted areas I didn't collect. And yet they still exist. Probably from when we left whatever camp we were in and I just didn't pay attention. That's disappointing. Because we're definitely going to need to camp right away. So I could go here to Leicester. Because nothing else is over in this direction. Then maybe the swamp. And then Scarborough. And then from there we go sail up to one of the other locations if we can and see how that works. Maybe? Also, I can spend skills. I can't yet get the level 5 options because I've got to spend the 10 points and that'll unlock it. And then how much does it even cost once I can? You're not going to show me. Well, that's kind of rude. And I could get more hunting or more scouting. Or even guarding so that I have something to do when I'm injured. I don't know. Probably between episodes I'll think about spending all the skills. I do want to take out the occupied campsites. But we will be very exhausted by the time we get there. So maybe on the way back. You have low food. Low food. I could just hop down here, camp, and then make our trek. But yeah, I like the idea of going here, dealing with him. Coming back. Do I want to go to the swamp and then there? Probably. Which one was the one that was here? Is that... None of them are showing the marker, so I'm going to have to get out of this menu to see where they are. Right, you're in Scarborough. You're the one down there. Failed killer. Yeah, let's just go down here, and we can rest. And I'll just do this here at the end of the episode. So I definitely don't need to guard. So I'll do some scouting. Food is poor, right? Not amazing. We'll need to do a little bit of preserving. But that's it. You can do some witchcraft. You'll do... Oh, we are out of witchcraft options. What do you have? You can scout. Cool. We'll have you help with the scouting. You can do the witchcraft. And then all the rest of you do hunting. Ice falls across your mind. A thick snow blankets your thoughts and stills your heart. Out of the eternal silence comes the sound of blood and the taste of desperation. A fiery glow penetrates the stillness and makes the air move again. It's the end of the world, but you're not afraid. An old acquaintance is by your side. We're having another vision with Grimnir, aren't we? We're having a lot of these lately. Seems odd. Just so many of them. Okay. This is definitely different. The calamity that surrounds you defies description. As vast armies of Aesir and Jotnar clash around you, the din threatens to render you mad. In the eye of the storm stands Grimnir, still clad in his unassuming traveler's robe. Apparently unaffected by the madness, somehow his voice carries clearly through the battle. Welcome to the end of the world. This is horrifying. Wake me, please. It's glorious. It's horrifying. Wake me, please. He seats his staff against the earth with a dull boom that ripples through the ground beneath you. You will not be granted respite. You must fight here, even if you don't want to, because your kind demands it. The people of Midgard desire spectacle. You desire nothing more than to escape the mundane terrors of your lives, but you are incapable of finding joy in peace and prosperity. Instead, you imagine horrors that are worth conquering. Worlds of magic, giants, and dragons. Simple worlds of good and evil, so that you don't have to face the complexities of your real lives. Grimnir raises his arms in a gesture that aims to encompass the entire battle. Is this not what you wanted? A world rent asunder by as great a threat as mankind ever faced? A doomed battle in which to die a meaningful death, a warrior's death. It's all so simple, so easy. You will fight, and you will be forgotten. The chaos around you seems to unfold in fractals, bending and swirling in on itself endlessly. As patterns begin to emerge, the battle takes on an almost dance-like quality. In one moment, a mass of men and Jotnar heave upwards into a wave of jagged edges, and the flare of a dying sun reflects off 1,000 blades. Then, standing around the campfire, overlooking the madness on the other side, you see your father and his huscarls. Okay. New quest. Charge of the Einherjar. You find yourself at the world's end, fighting alongside those who came before you. Talk to your father. Well now. We're going to take a break here. Next time we'll pick up with talking to our father. And I guess waging war. So thank you all for watching. I'll see you guys then. Bye.